Modern literary theory has shown that all texts are open texts. In other words, there's no finality to its interpretation. You bring to the text yourself, your background, and your level at that particular day that you're reading. In a certain sense, and this is what I've said before, you never have to get out of the first page. Because each time you read the first page, you're going to have a different interpretation because you're a different person. And your background and your intellect and your everything comes into that. So that's why the word Bereshis you can stay with forever. You can stay with the bet in Bereshis forever. One of the things about the Zohar and about the Arizal in general is that it brings down for Chokhmah the name Yah. And it brings down for Bina the name Elohim. And so these names are actually father and mother in a certain sense, Chokhmah being father, Abba, and Bina being Ima, mother. Now, for me, I've done this before, but those two names go together, and they always go together. Remember, I'm interested in what I call the religion of Adam, Adam in Gan Eden. And these names appear in Gan Eden because the Elohim name is what the whole 6 days and 7 days of creation are about. The Elohim name, and then the Yah is for Chokhmah, and that's not brought down so fast and readily, because that's the seed of a spark that's developed in the circle of Bina, which is the mother in the womb. And so the point is that these two names, and I'm slow to get to it today, these two names go together. Yah is 15, Yud Hey, and Elohim is 86, as we all know. And those two numbers come together, 86 and 15, and that becomes 101. 101 is the gematria of the name Mikael, and Mikael is my angel. Why is it my angel? Because Mikael, it comes from Chokhmah and Bina, from Yah and Elohim put together. And so that becomes, all of a sudden, that becomes the father and mother, and that's where this whole thing comes from. Now, Mikael itself does not necessarily come from Chokhmah and Bina. It emanates from Chokhmah and Bina. They say it comes from Hesed. You see? It's starting to rain here. I have to take care of the racket. I have to take care of the phone. I'm gonna take all this and I'm gonna go under the little roofing. You see, it rains in Gan Eden because I'm in Gan Eden now. I'm in my park here, and out in the field. I'm going to go under a little roofing to protect this phone, this Univac. Now I'm in the roof. So, Mikael emanates from Chokhmah and Bina as 101, and all the other gematriot of 101, the blasts of the shofar, the doing something 101 times is like a different level than 100. And I have a symbol that's with a 101, and I've done other videos about that too. But Today I want to bring in that the two names Yah and Elohim come together and do Mikael, who is the guardian angel of Yisrael, of the Jewish people. And he played a big role. If you only have to do is read all about it, Mikael in the Jewish tradition, and he was there with Moses, and he was there with Abraham, and he's the one that gave the substitution for Yitzhak, the ram or the ayil. And this is like a big deal actually for me, because the whole thing about father and mother, and my tradition of living at home all these years, and being involved with the Chokhmah and Bina, the father and mother, and that's why is it surprising that Mikael is my angel, and he's the angel of the Jewish people, and theoretically he's the angel of the right hand of Hesed. And so this is what I'm trying to bring down this morning. And the other thing is that I've been reading these things, and there's no definitive answer, so you have to bring it what the level is now. Read the text and then see what you interpret in the text, and that's the level of now for you. For me, yesterday and the day before brought me to Yah in Chokhmah, Elohim in Bina. Chokhmah and Bina, which are father and mother, are never separated. Therefore, the two numbers come together as 101, and 101 is Mikael. And as you know, it was my number when I was a tennis player. That was my highest number. I know the papers say 105, but I saw it as 101, and it's a hard thing to forget, because what went through my mind is, why am I 101 and not 100 or 99? How come I ended at 101? And one of the reasons is that Mikael brought me to 101 and wanted to give me the consciousness of 101 and what it means. Not quite 100, not quite 99, like Moses, not quite in the promised land. And these are some of the symbols that are stuck to that name and number. So that's what my morning muse today has to say.